In this video lesson, we'll cover 3 different aspects of interacting with the asset manager: adding assets, deleting assets, and sorting assets. There are 2 main ways to add assets to your project. The first way is to use an upload button. In the asset manager, we can access this. We can choose our file to upload here. After we make our selection, the asset is loaded into our asset manager, and from there, we can drag the asset into our project, in this case as an image element, or we can select from the asset manager anytime we want to choose our asset, like when we're replacing an image. The asset manager is where we can select that replacement. We can also add an image element to our project from the Elements panel. When we go to replace that and upload an image, we can make a selection from here as well. And once it's brought into our project, it's been added as an asset, and we can see it in the asset manager. That's the first way. The second way is by dragging and dropping. We can drag an image, for instance, right onto the canvas, and it'll be automatically added as an image element. Once that's added, it shows up in our asset manager. And if we want to drag in an asset but we're unsure about where we want to use it, we can drag it directly into the asset manager and use that asset later. While we're on the subject of dragging and dropping, this is a killer feature, especially if you're dealing with many assets. You can grab an entire lot of assets and drag them right into your project. Huge time saver. Now, you don't need the asset manager open for this. And again, anytime we drag and drop assets into our project, they show up in the asset manager. That's adding assets. Next is deleting, and this is a quick one. If you've uploaded an image to your project and delete the actual image element, you can still access that image in the asset manager, even if it's not being used anywhere in your project. If we click the settings icon on the top right, we can see more details about the asset. And of course, we can delete it. We can confirm, and it's gone. And keep in mind, if you deleted an asset from the asset manager, but it's still being used somewhere in your project, it'll show up again once you refresh the designer. That's deleting. Finally, let's talk about sorting. On the top left of the asset manager, we can select from a number of sorting options. By default, your newest uploads appear on top. We can also choose how our sorted assets are displayed. By default, assets are sorted in a simple grid. A small grid, of course, can fit many more thumbnails. And we have our other options, like list, which gives you the file name, and for pixel-based images, you get the resolution. So, anytime we upload an asset to our project, it shows up in the asset manager. We can delete an asset by going to its settings and pressing delete. And we can sort our assets, and we can configure how our assets are displayed inside the asset manager.